Guess I should.
All right. We are live. What's up, everybody? Thanks for joining me. This is Mike from BenderTube, where you get bite-sized tutorials and smart home tech reviews. Let's just you get it or forget it. So today we are talking about all the new stuff that is coming out. Google, Amazon, and then Tuesday we might be finding out some stuff from Apple. So I brought in Craig and Eric to come join me today. Two guys that honestly know more about smart home than I probably ever will. So, guys, real quick, why don't you just give an introduction? Eric, go ahead, start.
Eric, Monday Tech. So my claim to fame, if you know what tiles are and Bluetooth trackers, if you look up a tile, I'm probably have 3 of the top 10 videos for tiles, but I've given up on tiles, and Bluetooth trackers, and I'm doing smart home stuff, and I'm on Team HomeKit now. So anything about HomeKit and Apple, that's what I'm all about these days.
Perfect. Good stuff there. So is it my turn?
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay. My name's Craig. I have a channel, Craig's Tech Talk. Gone down the smart home rabbit hole. I love playing with all different tech, though. It's so weird on YouTube, the kind of niching down. But I accidentally stumbled into the whole Echo smart home world and did a series that every week for 102 weeks straight. So that kind of became very Echo-based channel. So that's kind of it. Smart home stuff expanding.
102 weeks. That's nothing.
Just short of 2 years. No big deal.
No, yeah, it was. Well, 104. I made it the whole year. I did some weeks I did multiple videos that it was that I did get it to like 125 videos. So,
oh wow.
Yeah, and then I just needed to branch out. So.
And you've been feeling that Apple HomeKit, haven't you?
I have been, because I've been bored with I've been kind of bored with the Echo side here. Oh, Steve is here in the chat. I do want to say hi to Steve. He's comes by my live streams all the time, and I do appreciate it.
Thanks for joining us, Steve. Appreciate you coming in.
Yeah. So yeah, I've been bored. I've been kind of bored on the Echo front. I'm kind of looking for stuff that's interesting to kind of play more. I'm like, there's all kinds of little features in the smart home with Google Assistant and with Echo. But the problem is, it's like there's a lot of little features that none of them are really amazing. And I think some of the cool stuff really kind of lies in the HomeKit side of things, like with automations and NFC stickers and having one device trigger. And people I don't think realize the power there. So that interests me.
Yeah, I've started stumbling a little bit into it, and then you put in a Homebridge, all of a sudden you got other stuff that you get features that you can't even get with like the stuff it works with. Like I Homebridged in the Ring people cam, and now I can automatically change my home and away and all that stuff. Where even within that you can't do it automatically.
See, I realize there's whole layers of stuff I don't know, and that's part of the reason getting away from the Echo side of things was, if there wasn't for a couple years, it was new stuff. But if there wasn't something good to add to the conversation, it was then moving over to try to figure out stuff that's kind of interesting in the smart home front. And like, there's so much stuff I realize I don't know about SmartKit, Zigbee hubs, any of that. But there's these small little victories. Like, I have one light switch that, because of a SmartThings hub, turns on another light switch on the other side of the room. And I'm like, yay, they go together. So,
nice.
Success.
Yeah. And it's like those things where it's like, oh, yeah, those are the things that become kind of fun to learn about. I'm like, we all know it plays music and can tell you how far it is to Paris and feet. But
yeah, I get that feeling when I do the Homebridge, the Hoob stuff, and
yeah,
I don't know if you guys saw it, but I took a Z-Wave water shutoff valve for your whole house. Brought into Smart Things, and then Smart Things into Hoobs and into HomeKit. So all my HomeKit water sensors, if they ever get touch water, it's going to shut off the whole house.
See, I saw that video, but about halfway through, I couldn't hear it anymore because I had my AirPods in and you blew out my eardrums.
Did I? Is this
That buzzer. I was dying.
Yeah, it's cool stuff like that. I enjoy just figuring out, getting them to all talk together, and it's pretty cool.
Go ahead. Oh no, it's one of those things that getting it all to, like you've gone down that rabbit hole, Eric. Like you're going in deep. You start going Homebridge and then just Smart Things and all that. You've gone hardcore, which is cool.
I try and keep it simple though. Like I'm not Homebridge. Like I did the Hoobs route, so
gotcha.
Hoobs is a little bit easier, and so some people dive in the weeds, and I just can't do that.
No, I can't go too far in. I think some of it is like you kind of create some of that stuff that works easily together, And I'm all about buying HomeKit enabled stuff just because of the Home app and how it's all consolidated there nicely.
Yeah. I do. I get in. As soon as I have to start coding something myself, that's kind of when I stop.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I want it to work, but I want something to be able to walk someone else through.
Yeah. Well, and I think so much of it, the key is I know people have way cooler smart homes and are doing some very interesting things. But it's the simplicity of it all is the biggest thing. Yeah. And some of it is I've been learning so much about features of Echoes and different things that, it's really the things that I have done around the house are so, put in a smart switch. It'll definitely make your wife or significant other happier than if every time they come in, they have to say a command. Just simple things where the house, it just works and you don't notice lights come on that need to, things just happen, which is really great. And that, so it's really the simplicity of it all is the most important part, or my wife will kill me.
I call it the in-law test. The in-laws can figure it out if they come over and it just works, or there's a normal switch, even though it's a smart switch, then they're good to go. But if they get stressed out, if they're asking questions, and it's over.
But see, now I want to just do dumb routines. Like I have a treadmill and I want to go out there, throw some LED lights around, have it turn on the fan, start playing some, get some Iron Man vibe going in there, and for no reason, and just turn everything on for me.
Yeah.
That's the stuff.
Set that scene up, and you got it.
I know. It's easy to do, and it's kind of that's where you start going down the unnecessary rabbit hole, where the wife's like, "Can you have it stop playing every time?" and saying, "Welcome, Craig."
Yeah. I've had a few of those.
Yeah.
Turn that damn shit off.
It's a lot of those that have happened. But that's things you got to think about if you're going to go down the smart home route. My wife, just her bedside light, I don't think of any easier way to deal with that than to say, turn off my light. It's named, I named it my light. You'll never forget. You're like, turn off my light. And the thing is, name things for your non-tech significant others, things they will never forget, instead of giving them some weird, you're like, in table 1, I give them something simple and then they won't complain. It works well.
It's true. Yeah. All right. Hey, thanks, Larry, for joining us tonight. Thank you to the 6 others over here watching. Guys, it's cool to lurk, but, join the chat. If you got any questions for us, let us know. Tonight, since we got a couple people in, we're going to actually start talking about all the new stuff coming out from Google, Amazon, and possibly even Apple. Probably, gentlemen, want to start with what came up first, which was Amazon, even though they haven't released it yet.
Yes.
All right. So a couple weeks back, we got a whole day of, well, I guess the whole morning of new Amazon products, and you got what you kind of expect. You got new Echoes and Echo Dots, and there's gonna be a new Echo. Why did I almost say Echo Studio? Not Echo Studio. Echo Show 10, and then there's a couple other weird things that we'll move on to. But let's start with the new Echoes. What Craig? You're big with the Amazon Echoes. What's your thought on the new design and everything coming with the Echoes this year?
Well, I did a video covering and I do want to say hi real quick. Larry Brown, I saw he entered the chat, been a great supporter of my channel. I looked at it and I did a video on the new products, and basically just little mental exercise was close your eyes and see how many circles you have in your house, how many spheres. It's like everything, it's not a good shape, I feel like, for something that should kind of blend into your world. So not a big fan of this sphere shape. I just feel like it's going to be kind of an eyesore, but I am curious to see if the speaker orientation is going to bring better sound. So is it going to be better function and this design serves that, or did someone just kind of get bored and come up with something new? So, I mean,
my thought on it is I could always dress it up to look like the Death Star.
Yeah. There you go. Get it painted up. But that's the thing. It's like if it serves it, if you're like, wow, that is a cool sound improvement, or there's something, but the circle, I'm just like,
yeah. I feel the same way. I think like smart home stuff should kind of blend in, and if it stands out, if people can see it, then it's not the right shape. So
like this,
going bigger is not better.
I'm not a huge Google fan. I just don't use enough of the Google of the home stuff. But this right here, the little Nest Audio, you're like, it's just so discreet. Like that could get dropped somewhere and you don't think twice about it. And they have lighter colors, all of that. But I think
even that's too big. I think
it is bigger than I thought. It is.
Oh, I was thinking smaller. I was kind of like, because I just kept thinking Echo 3rd generation.
It's the same height as the HomePod. It's the same height as the HomePod from what I'm seeing.
Yes.
I don't know. But in terms of that, the only thing I didn't really like was the seam in the middle.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Going down the middle. Yeah. That should have been stretched. Should have been, something different. But I haven't tried it yet. That's as far as I got. B-roll on a bunch of different stuff because it was goodie day. But anyways, Echoes,
I mean, all right. Now here's the one. What do you think about, because it's through the orb, the dot with clock? Like that one's kind of an eyesore, right?
Yeah. You know what, Eric? Do you want to go first on this one?
I mean, when they came out in the first dot, I thought it was a gimmick. It was cool, but was it worth the extra price? I don't know. I don't think it was.
Echo of the year, definitely Echo of the year.
Echo of the year.
No, this is my whole thing. Is I ended up trading in an Echo 2nd generation, got the $30 gift card plus a gift certificate, or coupon towards a future purchase. Ended up with a couple of Echo Dot with clocks for my daughter's room. So it gives them a clock. So got rid of the little alarm clock, and it gives them a little bit of music in there. So my thing with it is that these things are sitting there doing nothing. They do nothing. They just sit there. They're like, Larry says it here. He loves the clock. I'm like, yes, I do. I love the clock. It's just sitting there. And I've done this experiment. I don't want to bore you guys with it, but basically, go ask your smart assistant what time it is. It'll tell you the time. Because people always go, well, you can just ask the time. Or pan your eyes over and look at a clock. See which one's faster. My eyes always win.
That's true.
So
I'll give you that.
It's sitting there. So I'm like, it's just one less piece of furniture there. So
okay.
It's like, or less. It's a minimal setup. No alarm clock, no clock on the wall. Whatever. So I love it.
I just don't like seeing anything. I wish it would all disappear, go in the walls. You know,
But what do you do for a clock? Do you always just look at your phone, or do you have clocks up?
I use the phone for everything.
See, I need clocks. I needed to threaten my kids with stuff. 5 more minutes, 5 minutes. See, and then you point to a clock, and then they know.
Could really throw them off really set them up with the wall clock.
Yeah.
5 minutes, see, and then you can watch it just count down.
Yep. Well, actually, we got the Echo clock with the Echo wall clock. Yeah, picked up one of those.
They still sell those things?
I don't know if they do.
See, now I did say that, but then I just realized they don't teach kids how to read analog clocks anymore. So
They do, actually. My daughter's school, they were taught. They would
in
work
Chicago, they don't anymore.
Wow. Yeah, they work on hours. They work on hours first, getting used to the hours, and then they add the minute hand in.
Okay.
And that's why I bought the Echo wall clock, was to be able to put it up, give them a visual for timers, but to have an analog clock to stare at. But God, it's an overpriced clock. $39. It's a $14.99 clock. So
Sorry about that. Yeah. And then okay. Now here's my other thing. Good or bad that they merged the Echo and Echo Plus together. It's now the same device. Eric, I'll start with you this time.
So I'm not sure. I'm not positive. That's with the Zigbee hub in there?
Yeah, because basically before they were the same device except one had a Zigbee hub.
Right. So, I mean, that's kind of, you got to have that stuff in there. I think I've always been a big believer. I hate hubs. I think there should be one hub per house. It could be a router. I'm not saying a router is the correct terminology of this one device, but it should be one device in your house to connect everything, all your IoT devices, computers, everything. So yeah, I think that's smart that they bring them together, and I think we're heading in the right direction, but I still hate hubs altogether. That's my 2 cents.
Correct.
yeah, I think the Echo hubs, they're dead to me. No, I think if I don't like the Echo hubs, don't think they're full function enough. Like just taking a Philips bulb, taking it off of my Philip Hue app and the Philips hub and pairing it to an Echo, I lose a lot of functionality when it comes to color mixing on there, even dimming functionality. The bulb no longer dims. It's just on off. Little subtleties that like that if I have to have the hub, I'd rather have a Samsung SmartThings hub. So I'd rather put money towards that, or like in the case of if you're going with Hue bulbs, just use the Hue hub. It's going to give you more functionality with that app and still have all the integration with your Echo instead of counting on that Zigbee built in. So really the Zigbee hub, I just feel like it's another feature that isn't flushed out with enough functionality to be able to create what SmartThings and other things can. But that's just me.
The kind of thing I like to do, when you get a bunch of different stuff together, is kind of when you integrate them together, see which things you can do to get more out of the device. Like with the Brilliant control, yeah, I can bring in my Hue lights from SmartThings, but if I connect it directly from Hue, then I get access to already having the lights grouped together. I can set scenes from specifically right there. So yeah. I think it's kind of nice when you do that. When you have just a Zigbee hub with just the features of Alexa, it kind of just kills the mood.
I think though, if you use it, look at an integration thing like you're talking about, by having it work with Hue, like have it work with the account as opposed to being that middleman, the actual hub for it. Instead, I would rather, if you do IFT, I know that now you got to pay for the Pro, but those things it's service to service talking, and less about I don't need my Echo to physically control my devices. I want my Echo to talk to the service that controls it, because that Philip Hue app is going to let you do a lot of the heavy lifting and give you more functionality and allow you to go to HomeKit and to go to an Echo and to a Google Assistant. Now, if you use a Zigbee hub on the Echo, you're in the Echo world. They're trying to keep you, then you don't get to use it with the other assistants. So that's where I'm kind of anti-Echo hub.
And then now, I haven't tried this myself, but I think you did. If you have the hub, and your internet goes out, normally your Echo doesn't work. It's now are you stuck without your smart home device?
You have your, it's meant for that offline control, but I think it was meant more for the offline control. You know what? Actually, I haven't done a video on it. I haven't even explored it enough. I don't know if that offline control really stands for, because I'm trying to think of really the practical standpoint. You lose internet. Yeah. I don't know. I haven't played with it enough to speak intelligently on it. Because I'm like, I always picture losing internet and power at the same time. But I'm like, I haven't used it. That I don't know if that applies to devices that are paired with Zigbee, or if if it'll talk to all your devices. But I don't think it'll be all your devices, because it's talking service to service. You know what I mean? And you need that internet connection.
Yeah, I know, definitely. Like service to service, you're out on that. That's plenty of times to be here.
But so you want to lose that functionality that the app and the service to service gives you, just to lock your devices to your Echo for the time you might lose internet. I'm like, I think I'll just be okay without internet and go to cellular, and it'll all come back when it does. So
that's kind of why I like smart things in that regard, because anything that's controlled locally with the things, even like the Hue Hub.
Oh yeah.
Brings it in local, so like I still have control of stuff, even if which I mean, I just got the battery backup, so unless Comcast actually knocks out their crap, but that's the thing though, is going that route. Smart Things gives you that extra functionality. The only thing my Smart Things hub is doing right now is it's making one switch talk to another switch, and it was worth $70 just for that. I'm like, switch A is turning on switch B, switch A goes off at another command or whatever turn, switch B goes off. I'm happy. That's it. So, but all that cool stuff you're talking about is you get that offline control with Smart Things, which is awesome. So they're just better tools than a Zigbee hub built into an Echo, in my opinion. Yeah. All right. Now let's see. Talked about the Echo Dot. So next would be the Echo Show 10, or what I like to think of as the better version of the Facebook portal.
Oh, the Echo Show 10. I kind of feel like it falls into everything just kind of felt a little gimmicky this year. Like things that would kind of wear old after a little bit. I don't use my Echoes for communication. We're more a FaceTime family, like to grandparents and all that. So I feel like, this little thing moving around, I just don't know how much, like, as long as it doesn't follow me, I guess it's not, I don't know. It doesn't feel essential in any way. If anything, I'd like my little Echo Show on a Lazy Susan, where you give it a little rotate this way on the kitchen counter when you're here, give it a little rotate, whatever the case is there. But I'll get one. I'm just not, I just don't see you really utilizing it.
Right. Unless it's just another gimmick.
Yeah.
Unless you use it all the time and have a specific need for it.
Yeah. I feel like it's a lot of gimmick years this year, where it's like, I kind of wish that energy just went into, we call it a hardware, just call it it's a pandemic hardware, let it lie year, but software.
But it's a lot of fun though.
But kind of like if you can make the Echo Show have just a little smoother interface, like put some shortcuts on there where you just tap it and you're like, boom, lights on in that room, you're done. Little things like that they just kind of clean up that, I think would just bring a lot more joy, I think, to Echo owners than a Sphere. But I don't know.
Yeah.
The Echo Halo. What do you guys think of the Echo Halo?
Echo Halo. I mean, I'm constantly talking to people entirely the wrong way, so I definitely wanted to tell me to check my attitude.
Yes. Oh yeah. But see that one, it's a fascinating device. The checking your tone. I like the idea of it. My wife says I have a crappy tone all the time. Um, I body composition. There's a lot of interesting stuff, but the miss on it is like if you watch their promotional material, because I was sent that stuff, that I watched all their stuff, and the it's like there's no screen because we don't want a screen to distract you. So instead of doing basically an Echo Dot with clock and have it only tell you the time, they've now shifted something as simple as time to your phone. So they didn't want to distract you, but you pull your phone out to see what time it is. But you're wearing this band that should just have a little LED clock, so you've kind of distracted me worse by not putting a simple feature that's on my wrist. So it's little things like I just feel like there's a lot of little try to swing big but simple misses from Amazon this year.
Yeah, I got nothing. I don't know nothing about it.
You're just like,
Nope.
The Ring Halo, it has like 4 key features, but it's just a band. It's a band without a face of any kind to it. So yeah. I pre-ordered it. Who knows when I'll ever see that.
Yeah, I'm not. I didn't get the invite yet, but we'll see.
Yeah, but it's an odd. They're just kind of making some odd stuff. I'm like, can you guys just kind of nail a cool smartwatch? Maybe it's time to go phone.
What I need them to do is actually put out a practical version of the Echo button.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Not something that looks like I'm like on a game show.
I know. Yeah.
That's the only thing I asked for them. Because they went and they, like, I think last year they expanded the functionality of it. You can add some routine stuff, and I was like, cool. Can I have one that doesn't like glow and?
Yeah, but it needs a double press. It just needs a double press so it could trigger an on and off. Yeah, Larry here has 3 buttons. Larry's a big fan of the buttons there. But yeah, it can only issue one command. So it needs a double tap option so that you can, turn lights on and off. I think it's great. I'm like, part of a cool smart home is being able to just touch it and make things happen. Not everything should be voice reliant, in my opinion. So,
and that's actually like one of my cornerstones there is like, you have to have more than one way to interact with it. And one of them has to be physical.
Yeah.
Like I can't have it where my lights only turn off by voice. That was the one thing I hated when they sent me out a Google Home Mini with a little GEC bulb, C-Light, the one that's Bluetooth only and hooks up to the. I'm like, no.
Yeah. See, the redundancy, like I think of some lamps in my living room, they're on a switch. So at any point you could flip the switch off and then back on and they'll come to white. So, I mean, there's just certain things in there that a lamp, you could go over and physically turn it and it restores back in white with the hue bulbs. So, I mean, there's just, it's just having some redundancy and automation though, too. I mean, I think our living room lights we've turned on under 100 times in the past 3 years because they just come on and do what they do. It's at preset times. So automation like that is cool, where things just happen.
Yeah. All right. Now to wrap up this little segment here. Actually, we're almost at a half hour. Wow. The one everybody's talking about, the Ring drone for your house.
Looks like fun.
I'm kind of mad at them because it's such a unique item that like we all have to get it to review it. Like I'm definitely scared of this little tiny drone just crashing into something when I'm not home.
There's no way this thing's gonna go right. It can't. The thing's gonna just live in it's gonna smash somewhere and just gonna come into this little buzzing thing. Or you're going to go, where did it land this time? But it sounds so great. I got to get one. I got to see this.
It's a cool concept, but
I want nothing more than to be able, I want to be able a little voice control. I'm like, Droney, and then it comes in, and I want to be able, I would love
If
for
they could bring you a beer, that'd be
yeah,
awesome.
that'd be perfect. Yeah, but I hope it works well. I wish it success, but I don't know how it's going to be this effective tool. Maybe, maybe the whole thing is that it never flies. It never actually finds, since you're not at home, it just sends you random alerts that it's like, oh, it only does stuff when there's motion or glass breaking. So if there's never any triggers, does it ever do anything?
Yeah, that's true.
But you can send it up, can't you? Can't you trigger it yourself?
I thought you could get it to go to pre-selected routes, but I just
Yeah, they mentioned something odd like that. Hey, thanks, Viper, for joining the show. Appreciate
yes.
it.
Hey, welcome, Viper.
Yeah, I thought they said it can go to pre-designated areas, but I'm not sure what they meant by that, because it could be the pre-designated area where your window glass break sounded.
Yeah. Yeah, it's such a question mark. I'm really so curious about it. I'm just like, wow. Just don't know how this thing's gonna fly.
I'm now actually waiting for the first time a guy gets caught cheating on his wife by drone.
Oh yeah. Yeah, see that's just one of those products. I don't know. It's like I don't remember going, you know what? When are they gonna get these random home drones working? And that's where it's interesting where the energy is kind of spent. I think there's kind of better places to spend some of that creative energy that I don't know. I just feel like everything's a little off. Like they're like, let's nail this thing and then take away one key feature just for sport. I mean, it's just kind of weird.
Larry has a great idea. So, my wife, she always calls me after she left the house. Go check my iron, the curling iron.
Yeah.
She thinks she left it on. So, left it plugged in. So, good checking things, like Larry says. It could be useful.
You do that. Yeah. Because, you definitely don't want a camera normally in the bathroom. So, something that can just go in there real quick and then come out.
Or you can just put a smart plug, too. So.
Yeah, exactly.
At least for the hair, the curling iron.
It's an odd one. It's just odd. I just think there was a lot of other interesting things that could happen before that. But yeah,
they will. I mean, like you said, gimmicks this year, right?
It gets people talking. So
yeah,
they'll sell 1 million more Ring doorbells because of that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, see, and I'm a diehard. I love my Ring Video Doorbell Pro, and my neighbor had their car stolen. And did you catch anything on your camera? And one of the other neighbors, it's like they saw them pull around and flip around in front of your house, and I totally, what went through my head was they get so many false alerts. That's the only way they could have possibly picked up this vehicle, is their doorbell is constantly being triggered. But I had to tell my neighbor, I'm like, mine is so dialed in that I know someone stepped on the property. I've got the motion alerts in the zone. So I was like, I can't help you. There's no one triggered my Ring doorbell. But
see, that's one thing I like about the Nest Hello, is because it's recording 24/7. You're not dependent on those actual recordings.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, if something like that ever happens, you have all the footage and you can always go back.
That's true. That's a great point. That is a great point, because I really didn't want false alarms. But yeah, you go with the Nest stuff. I like that. Yeah. That's a good idea.
John says we have to leave the door open for the drone.
Yes. True. Don't close the door. That's funny.
We need a smart home door knob.
There you go. little kicker at the top, just pushes it open.
Great.
Hey, appreciate you for the super chat, Larry. Thank you for coming through again, man.
Sorry you weren't there, Larry. Saturday, it was not a very good stream without you there, man. Yeah. No.
Man. Hey,
missed
thank
that
you
one
to
too.
the 9 others of you over here in the live stream. Thanks for joining us tonight. Do remember, Techtober is in full swing. So if you guys want to help the channel, not required, but if you want to, super chats are open. Appreciate it a lot. All right. So Google kind of went the opposite way than Amazon this year. Where Amazon went gimmicky, Google, well, the devices themselves aren't gimmicky. The like way they introduced them were complete nonsense.
Mhm.
But all right, so the first one up. Do I have stuff here? Yeah, I do. Finally replacing these.
Oh yeah.
They got the new Chromecast with Google TV, which is their souped up version of Android TV. Now, I managed to order one from Walmart early, and I got it the same day it was released, like normally. I play with it. I like it. I really do like it. It's a lot better with the remote. The remote's nice, in my opinion. But the interface is honestly where it's at. Have you guys had a chance to play with it yet?
No, I got mine sitting over here for some B-roll footage before, but you know what? From what I've seen though, the interface looks very clean, and it's like it kind of has an Apple-esque vibe to me, like the the home screen on Apple where it shows you the shows you're watching, and it just puts them front and center. So yeah, looks good.
The way I looked at it, it kind of like merged like the Fire TV and Apple TV like interface, and I do like it.
It looks good.
I'm waiting for like all the developers to get on the same page with the apps, because like Continue Watching only works with certain ones so far, but
yeah,
I'm liking it.
well, that's Apple TV. They've kept Netflix out of that. Continue Watching, like Netflix shows don't show up there, and it's like
and see right there already with the Chromecast you win because Netflix shows up.
Yeah, it's it's kind of funny, but yeah, I think that's a great feature. I'm curious to check it out. So,
Eric, you play with it yet?
No, I'm not going that route.
He's giving up.
I'm waiting. Yep,
You're waiting for the new Apple TV to drop, huh?
that's what I'm looking forward to. So.
Okay. Yeah, no, like, man, I wish I was able to stay awake to actually get that video done in time, but I was too tired from work both days. But it's really nice. It's just like this clean interface.
Yeah.
Everything shows up the way it is. You don't have to sit there and control the stuff from your phone. It doesn't have that clunkiness from like using like a Nest Mini or something.
Did you watch the keynote?
Yes, I did.
That was like, it kind of blew me away. They're like, there was one point where they were talking about the remote. There's like a lot of some remotes are there, like there's a lot of remotes that have a lot of buttons, and it's like, and yeah, it's a great remote, but they really acted like they brought something really new to the table. It's like, Fire TV, Roku, and Apple TV have been doing this for quite a while, and it's pretty successful. Right. So it was
a lot of buttons.
It was just a weird way of selling it. Like adding a remote, I think you definitely have to do it. It's a great idea. It was just like, well, I'm like, I remember in 1998 having a remote with a ton of buttons, but not in the past 5 years. Since getting an Apple TV or Fire TV. So it's like, welcome to the party, but this is odd.
In my opinion, it's actually missing a couple buttons. Like all the other ones you get, now you use the center one for play pause, obviously. You don't necessarily need that. But skip forward and back is kind of like a staple on even the new minimalist remotes.
Yeah, good point.
The only thing that I do like that this one does that the Fire TV doesn't do in its current form is when you press the power button, it for sure turns off your TV.
Oh, okay.
And you also have that input button that automatically switches to the one your Chromecast is on.
See, that's where like HomeKit, it starts to get interesting, especially with HomePod and, like the idea of like Apple TV, like one, even on its most basic level, Using the remote to have it turn on your amp so that when you power on Apple TV or wake it, turns on your amp, but then just having your amp use CEC to just send to turn on the television. So it literally is turn on Apple TV. It tells one thing tells the other, and that's the only button. My kids know to put it to sleep, hold down on it, click, go to sleep, turns off all those devices. So it's like things like a Broadlink or some of these other hubs for multiple remotes. It's like none of those things are needed anymore. I don't know about functionality on this, but it's great to just kind of be app based and get it down to that simplicity. So Apple does a better remote, in my opinion.
Yeah, it looks better. It's thinner. I was looking at your screen as you're holding it. I'm like, that thing is thick.
Well, but it's like a little clicky button / screen, trackpad.
It's as thick as the Roku remote.
Yeah. Oh, Roku. But how about Apple TV?
Apple's thin.
I know that. Yeah. I know that thing's thin, so I can't.
Oh.
What about
Apple TV? And all of my Apple TVs have rubber bumpers after they chipped up. After they chipped one. But even a rubber bumper, it's significantly smaller. But yeah, I don't know. It's like it's good to. I think it was kind of silly that they just started doing a remote because it just makes so much sense to have one from the beginning. But
they like to take their time, which kind of brings us to the next one, the Nest Audio, which replaces the Google Home after 4 years. It is.
John says it's too thin.
Yeah. I was trying to self get lost.
You need to put a tile on it, John.
Yeah, good point.
Until the AirTag comes out.
Hey, thanks for the 10 of you watching. Michael Benarchik says my Mi Box remote is incredibly thin.
See, who just got a ring alert? And is that a real one or a false alarm?
That's you, Eric. That's definitely not me.
That's me.
Was it a real one or a false alarm?
I'll tell you in a second.
Okay.
Mine are always false alarms because you walk too close up the staircase.
That is Amazon delivering a package.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
8 o'clock at night.
That's not bad. It's good times. All right. So the Nest Audio. I think you said Craig, you've only kind of filmed it for B-roll.
Yeah, that's as far as I got.
I think I've used it to pause the TV a couple times. That's it so far.
Mm-hmm. With your Chromecast?
Yes, with the Chromecast. Got to make sure it's nicer than the old one, man.
Yeah. That's the thing, though. I mean, I feel like that it's like you get subtle sound improvements, but at the end of the day, no matter how great they make it sound, is it enough for you to flip ecosystems in a sense? Are you going to go over, Google hands down is great for information. They're the best on information. They get great features going on. But beyond that, it's like what integrates with other stuff you use. And as an Apple user, I feel like there's a lot more services that tie into an Echo ecosystem. So, whatever.
Here's what I found on the web.
So that's so much of it's just assistant driven. So if you've already committed to one side, does it matter? Like Eric and HomeKit, Chromecast, whatever, dude. I'm HomeKit. I'll wait for my Apple TV.
I'll just wait.
Yeah. But that's the tough part is that does it really matter? I mean, if you were on the Google front, the fact that it took 3 years to get a better sound, I'm sure there's plenty of people that want it for better sound, but for the past 3 years, people have been using the other one because they want the Google route. So,
yeah. I mean, I think the only reason you would switch is if you're trying to do something different. Like you said, Google's great for information, but on your Echo side, your Amazon side, it's better to trigger routines. And then HomeKit, of course, tops all that, but it's got a higher barrier of entry.
Yeah.
By a couple $100.
Yeah.
So Yeah, I don't think anybody's really trying to sit there and change because the sound's a little bit better. I think they're going to come at it from all the other angles, you know?
Yeah. Well, and that's where, like, on my channel, I'm like, try to learn them all. You know, if you can. It's like, if you could buy a Google Mini, it's like, we're in those baby steps world, you know, and that we're still just kind of figuring it out. That kind of keep your eye on the different sides. That's where I think Apple's HomeKit's kind of getting passed by because people are like Siri's dumb. You're like, hey, have you tried shortcuts? Have you tried some of this stuff? You know, I mean, they're doing some interesting things. So it's like, try to learn them. You know, if you do get an Apple TV, you're essentially getting a hub so you can do the HomeKit stuff. But you know, I'm sure we'll talk about it. But like the HomePod Mini, jump on.
That can be a game changer if they get the pricing right. It's a huge game changer.
Yeah. So, $99. I'm like, hey, that would be good. I don't see it happening. Yeah. I don't see that happening.
That's the latest rumors we're hearing. John, John Prosper say $99.
I think I haven't looked on Twitter. I'm taking a little break.
I'm sure John knows. HomeKit Authority knows.
Uses, I'm assuming Google, to ask questions. Echo is useless, but Echo routines are for sure more customizable.
Yeah. It's really, that's why I think you got to just play with them all and use them. Like I use them all within a room, and that might be a luxury. But when it comes to, you know, buying an Echo Dot and a Nest Mini, the barrier to entry is kind of low to kind of keep an eye on that side at least.
Plus, I mean, you know, you get a free Echo for going to the dentist. You get a free Nest Mini for having Hulu for a month.
Yep, exactly.
I will never do that.
So half the people out there, they're not even picking what they got. It's just whatever they got for free.
Yeah, you try it out,
and then that's where you start off. You're like, because I know this.
Yeah, but that's where, like, I think that's where all the innovation lies in that assistant side at this point.
Yeah. 129 to 149. That's a mistake. If they do that.
I was thinking it was going to come in about $150.
Yeah.
I mean, 100 people would definitely pay for it.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: they had the full HomePod, the OG, on sale at $199. So eventually, it's going to go back on sale. I'm sure I can search the internet right now and find it for $199 somewhere. Yeah. So why not just spend it? You know, unless, of course, if the HomePod Mini has the U1 chip in there and has some other features that we don't know about, then maybe it'll be worth $150. But if it's just a smaller HomePod, then $150 is way too much, because you just buy the bigger one that sounds a lot better for $50 more.
Yeah, I think that's just too much. You know what? They got it. Like, one of the best moves for Apple Music was working with Amazon and just putting Apple Music on the Echoes. There's a point where Apple needs to just wake up and just go $99 Echo. It's about the services and it's about the other stuff down the road. That's what we care about.
Right.
You know, let's not give up on the smart home. Just go $99. Let's see what happens. Let's see if we could take some of it back.
Yeah.
And
hopefully they'll do it right, and they're do 99 or under, have a U1 chip in there, and it's going to be a game changer if they do that. So hopefully, fingers crossed, they do it correct. So
now
we'll see.
Now, my thought on that: what is the U1 chip going to do in a stationary device with no screen, though?
So I think that just opens the door for a lot of future things. For instance, AirTags. So if you put AirTags on everything, you can, and you have a HomePod Mini in each room of your house, in theory, it can tell you what room your device is in.
Okay.
And you can take your phone and you can look around. You can pay there inside the couch.
But also, if you look at it though too, because it's a lot more accurate form of communication. Really, the U1's in the phone too, so it's like you don't even need the AirTags. Right. When you walk into the office, it triggers a whole animation. Or, you sit down at your chair to start filming, and, if it can do that kind of accuracy to trigger automations, then, that's where it starts to get interesting, where it can, like you said, track you around, but your phone should be able to be the gateway to that
Right.
too.
But you have to have the chip, which I think it started with iPhone 11, right?
Yeah,
The U1
right.
chip, right?
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
So I would be out of luck.
But moving forward, though, it's like if
Right.
that starts getting integrated, that starts getting interesting. You're like, the lights come on the way you want them, and the Apple TV opens and launches your app because it knows you sat on the couch. I'm like, perfect.
Ooh, that'd be nice. Sit on the couch, Stark out, it knows it's you, bam, movie mode.
Yep. That's it.
Yeah.
That's one of those where your wife comes in and whatever, has her own mode.
Yeah, it's going to be simple.
Mhm.
One day we're just going to walk around the house. Everything's just going to do everything for us. We're not going to tell it. We're not going to do anything. Just going to.
Yeah.
Be nice.
The house is going to run itself.
I'm already impressed when I'm within my range and the lights turn on and the door unlocks. Like, I'm happy there. But yeah, now that's the dream. Sit on the couch, the TV turns on, the lights dim.
Well, and I think there's
Maybe they could get a pressure sensor.
I think there's a point where you almost complicate things with all the different apps and the smart home stuff, and then you're fiddling with screens, and you're like, honey, just download the app, just push the thing. It's easy. Or just say that, or just say this. That it's now starting to solve a problem that the whole smart world kind of created, where now it's starting to fade back in. It didn't exist. It's kind of a lot of work at times and things offline, but now it's starting to get easier and easier and fading into the background where things just start to happen. Where a motion sensor in this one spot where the garage door opens, the hall light turns on, where it just starts to fade away, which I think is great.
Yeah, it's kind of seamless into your life is what you're saying.
Yeah. Like we use our light above our stairs at the landing of the stairs. It serves as kind of a night light upstairs, and it just stays on. And it's at sunset, it comes on, and at 8 a.m. it turns itself off, and nobody thinks about it. If you need it, you just push the button. So.
Okay. All right. So actually, we already talked about the HomePod Mini, and we kind of touched on some other parts of it. The one thing that John Prosser said we're not expecting anymore is AirTags to actually show up. They're saying they got pushed back to March. Now, I know, Eric, that's going to break your heart because that's the third time it's been pushed back. Wasn't it originally supposed to come out like the end of last year?
Yeah, I feel it's been longer than that. So it's been a long
Now,
time.
why are you excited about those, Eric?
I don't know. They just call me the tracker boy. So
but it's part of because of that, carrying on with that, or
just carrying on. But
use for it. That sounds good.
There is a lot of use for it too.
Yeah. Okay.
So there's the smart home use for it, but then I also see it outside the house. Yeah. So some people think it's just a key finder. But you can really put these things on anything. And then the real game changer outside the house is the number of users that are looking for the AirTag. So if you lose your device, you have how many million of iPhone users looking for it. So,
but now what about from an automation standpoint? Is it looking like they're getting worked in to shortcuts and to start taking advantage?
I think they'll eventually go there, and get into the automations.
Yeah.
But I think first they're just going to use it like a regular tile.
Yeah.
And then they're going to expand it and, expand it into more things.
Yeah.
And now you guys just showed me why it makes sense to get the U1 chip in a HomePod. Because you can use that soon as it detects that my key tag's there.
Well, and
you can say
that's one of the things. The HomePod is over 2 years old now, like almost 2 years, 6 months. The fact that I love the fact that I can play any audio on my phone or have a phone call and just touch it and move it over to the HomePod. And I love that handoff functionality. But that technology was put in early when they made it, which I think is awesome. And I think that's one of the downfalls with Google and with the Echoes is the price to dive to the bottom. Who could do it cheaper? And little compromises are made. But one of my favorite features isn't available anywhere else, but it's available on a HomePod that's 2 years old. So, buying something like the U1 chip, it's like they're future-proofing their own stuff, and it comes at a cost at times because you're like, I don't want to pay $200 for a HomePod, but you start to see that tech that's in it and what it can do.
Greg and Travis on GadgetCast were talking about something similar today with just Dolby Vision being in the new iPhones. It's like, do you need this right now? They're like, well, no, but people keep their phone for 2 to 5 years.
Yeah, right.
Then they have a phone it already does the things that are expected that it's supposed to do now.
Well, look at AirDrop. I mean, there was a point where AirDrop didn't exist, and now it's such a form that so many moms that it's like everybody's teaching each other at my kids' events how to AirDrop. Here, let me just AirDrop it over to you. Yeah. And you're like, there had to be some planning ahead to be able to enable that. I think Apple's great at that, and then it just becomes a standard place feature that other people have to catch up with.
Yeah. I wonder if these delays for the AirTag was real, like were they delayed because of the world situation right now, or it's just been the way it's been planned? Because the way that sounds like if HomePod comes out first, they're setting all this stuff up. They're lining up the ducks in a row for stuff like this.
There's the tinfoil hat theory too.
Yeah,
they're delaying it again to try to ruin John Prosser's reputation.
See, I think it's just kind of a filler year at this point. It's like you update the products you have to. Apple needs to get a HomePod Mini out. They need to get back in the smart home game. It's an area that's going to keep growing. You need the new phone lineup needs to happen because it's just tradition now. Yeah. But does anyone really need it? But I think it's you update what you have to. You put the new products in circulation, but maybe hold some stuff back this year.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I think we're definitely get an iPhone 12 because that's their bread and butter. But who knows? We might not even get a HomePod.
But that's one of those things. Yeah. But that's one of those ones. It's like you got to convert. You got to convert people away from the Echoes and Google Assistant. You can't leave that on the table. That's the future there. His voice.
So,
yeah. So
we'll see you on Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Definitely. We got Prime Day coming up. I'm like, oh, that's Tuesday
as well. Yeah. I think there's one other thing on Tuesday too, isn't there?
I know on Wednesday there's an embargo lift on the Pixel, but that's the only thing I know.
I thought there was something else.
It's coming up.
Yeah, I got. Man, I'm not in that lucky group. I got all the Google products that were announced. I don't get a Pixel 5, so
yeah, they're overrated. No, I'm kidding. No, I was. Somehow you end up on the radar, and it's not necessarily a size thing. It's just ending up on the radar because I'm kind of surprised some of the channels that received them.
That's under embargo, right? Maybe off camera.
What's that?
Can you show that yet?
Yeah, no, you could show it.
Okay. It's all over Twitter and Instagram. You
can take pictures of it. You're just not supposed to show any features or functionality of it yet and do a review and all that. So, and apparently Marquez Brownlee didn't have one. FedEx hadn't arrived. So MKBHD was waiting on one if you look at his tweets. And it's like, wait, some other people got them first. But no, I was looking at these Pixel Buds. They sent these in the box, and I was really impressed with them. I'm an AirPods guy, But yeah, so they sent them over. But I like the Pixel lineup. I think if you want to know the Google side, it's kind of nice to see what they put out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Android and Google and an ecosystem of its own.
Yeah.
So,
like you were saying earlier, I like to dabble in
Yeah.
the other side too. So always have, and
yeah,
so,
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm primarily iPhone, but I do have a couple Android devices that I like to use. Plus, with whatever it is, I can only do certain things and smart things on my Android devices. It just crashes
Really?
every time on my iPhone.
huh.
that's
I think
weird.
it's just a corrupted file on my phone, and
Yeah.
I don't want to wipe out the whole thing. I have
Yeah.
2 other phones I can do it with. I'll just do it that way.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it's an interesting time of stuff coming out. I'm curious to see what we have coming along. Apple, Microsoft, shouldn't they have an event coming out soon?
Microsoft. Does Microsoft have it? Yeah. Microsoft should have something soon.
Usually have it around this time of year. Amazon's kind of irritating with their little kind of delayed release on things,
Yeah.
staggering the release, and then not being able to buy the Echo Show 10. Just kind of cuts a little bit of the wind out of the sales, where it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it was kind of weird that you can't pre-order it yet.
Coming soon, and then once you see invitation only, you're like, okay, I'll never see
Yeah.
that. So, you know,
Have they delivered on stuff they've announced like 2 or 3 years ago?
some of it, and I barely
Like,
get it.
is-
I even have a contact at Amazon. I'm like, dude, get me on the list for these things. What's happening?
Wasn't there an Amazon Fetch? Remember that?
What? No, I don't know. Oh, is that for the dog collar?
Dog, right?
Yeah.
Right.
That's the thing. I'm just like, you guys are overshooting the runway. You got to partner up. You got to have a Fire phone. You got to get that in line, because I'm telling you, Apple or Amazon Apple or Google knock it out of the park on the AI front. You're already carrying around Siri. Now you just got to commit to it. You're already carrying around Google Assistant. I don't necessarily need to be carrying around, who with my Echo. So that's one of those things. They got to get into more pockets. And if the answer isn't, stuff in your ears, Echo frames, your dog wearing a collar, you need the ring. See, even that, I still haven't got my hands on that.
They hit a sore spot with me on the frames. I got on the invite thing, and they're like, the email had a date, and it said, you have 2 weeks. 2 weeks to do this. All of a sudden, I was like, great, 2 weeks, I get payday, everything I can put into this. After the first week, they're like, you have 24 hours. Like, what?
Yeah.
I was kind of mad about that, because I would have liked to try them out, but
Yeah.
Are you still using your Echo Auto?
Mine? Or who?
Or either one?
Go ahead.
I mean, I gave mine to my dad. He doesn't use it for anything, though.
Yeah, I think for me, like, the thing I like about it, it's accessible for anybody who's already committed to the Echo world. But as an iPhone user, just talking directly to Siri on my phone or even Google Assistant is faster for me.
Right. Yeah.
But that's me knowing and wanting to learn how to speak to my phone. For people who don't want to learn and they just want to carry the Echo out, I think it's a great product. But I do have a video of something I want to explore with it that's coming up. I don't want to give it away. Got to steal it. Guys are good.
I already know what it is. I think
I gave mine to
the
Travis.
same reason I asked my dad for it back.
Yeah. But there is an interesting feature that I'm going, ooh, that could be cool. So we'll wait and see. I gotta experiment.
The problem with part of it is that if you have an older car without CarPlay or Android Auto, it makes more sense. But if you have that built into your car, and especially a newer car where it's wireless, you're like, well, what's the point? I can already press this button on my steering wheel and talk to it and have it do whatever I want.
See, and that's the thing is, that's where I feel like they're kind of grabbing at straws, where there's certain areas Amazon should focus. I get it. You're adding to that, but more and more cars are just coming with it right off, coming with all that stuff in there that, wouldn't your energy maybe be better spent on a watch, or something that, people kind of make a part of their life. You're only in the car, I think 4% of the time you actually own it. It's some ridiculous statistic like that. So yeah, give up that 4% and that watch they're wearing 50% of the time. Nail one of those. That's what I kind of feel like Amazon.
Yeah.
So,
The
Larry
dead
says-
air right now. I'm just in here quietly. I think it's funny.
Larry says he needs to try the Echo Auto, see how much I use it. Now's a good time because I think it's like $20 right now, isn't it?
it's
It is
something-
$20. Make sure to don't use any of these guys' affiliate link. I need my 20 cents off of that deal. No, you got to drop in affiliate links, man. What are you doing right now? You should be dropping them.
Get you 3%.
Yeah, you got to drop them.
I'll do it.
Yeah, I in my live streams, don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm doing. But it's like you drop all those links down there and you just disclose. You're like, it's an affiliate link.
Okay, I just hold on. I'm going to share the screen right now because this is ridiculous. The refurbished model is more than the new one.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's funny. See, right now you gotta drop a link in that. You gotta go make a link using the text. Yeah, and just boom, drop that in there. Let anybody watching give you a cut there, man. You're providing a service.
There you go, guys. Go ahead and get the auto.
Mike, you buying an SD card? Need a new one?
Do I need to buy a new SD card? Oh, that's yeah, because I just got the R5 last week. I got the Canon R5 last week. It takes this. Oh God, I'm going to screw this name up. CF Express. It takes a CF Express card, and then it has the other slot for the UHS-2 SD cards. So technically, T was showing how to Lexmark has a cheap one that's decent. It'll get you kind of what you need.
Nice.
Yes. That yeah, Larry just said in there, don't bookmark those. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I like to explain. I think it's good for people to know. And yeah, I don't know. This may be helpful for you. But like if you went to that screen and you went to Amazon.com and you were to copy a link to that and you post that in the chat, I like it to make it clear that if you use that link, a small portion goes to the channel. But I am not supposed to tell you to bookmark that. That violates terms of services with Amazon. I'm not supposed to encourage you to use that bookmark. What you do on your own is you. That's you. I'm not supposed to. If for example, if you were to bookmark that right there and you were to buy something, every time you buy something, using that bookmark, get some money, little kickback happening there. But can't encourage you.
In no way are we telling you that you
don't.
supposed to do this. If you were to, of your own free will,
yeah.
do this,
Have you
that's
chose to put that
entirely
in?
up to you.
You put that in a bookmark on your little bookmark bar, and every time you shop, and it kicked our buddy back a little. Yeah, don't do that.
I mean,
that's one of those things. That's kind
every time you make a purchase and it doesn't cost you anything extra, but we get a little something from it for our efforts. That's your decision.
Yeah,
we're not encouraging you at all to do that.
That's what. No, I know somebody who got in trouble for promoting in their videos, encouraging use of their links because you're not supposed to.
Yeah.
I had someone early on send me a comment saying, "Hey, you could delete this afterwards, but you're violating the terms of service this way and this way, so you might want to fix that." So I'm like, "Thanks, dude." So.
Now, I love that we get in trouble and we have to be careful what we do for the Amazon affiliate links. But then the sellers can put this in there and say, give us a good review and we'll give you a $15 gift card.
Oh, God. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Right.
And you're like, how do you still have a store?
Yeah.
This goes out on every product you sell and they don't ding you?
Yeah. That's, yeah.
And they're breaking the rules until they get caught.
Yep, then it won't matter. Then they should sue like Epic, you know. Yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, I wasn't. They didn't include anything, but thank you, Adobe, for the Yeti mug. I didn't have one of these before. Yeah, I just realized the light's kind of like blinding the hell on. There you go. I don't know. It's Timeline Tuesday, and I put out my timeline, and they said I won, and they gave me this little Yeti mug. It's really nice, actually.
Nice.
Oh, that's funny. That's cool.
Yeah,
Those jelly mugs are expensive.
Yeah.
I know. My girlfriend bought like 2. I haven't bought one.
Yeah.
I never used them. I was too afraid.
I just bought a hydro flask mug,
That's-
so it'll keep my coffee cold. Yeah, Eric's got the hydro flask. I got my cold
Yeah,
hydro
my
flask.
wife buys these.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah. Now Larry said in here, he says Amazon likes to kill chat when someone says something they don't like. It is funny. I do all these Amazon live streams, and you start talking about competition or something they don't like, they totally will kill the chat on their live stream. Like, no, you don't get
What they consider competition? Like was
Well, if you were to go, hey, yeah, I saw this on Best Buy, they would be like, chat
okay.
dog. You're not going to go
Gotcha.
drop links to go to Best Buy or something that they shouldn't talk about. So,
Now Mike said that it keeps that stuff too hot. That's not my problem. My problem is that the cup doesn't get hot, so I forget that I'm drinking tea. I expect it to be like, oh, it's had time to relax. No, it's still.
so now though, what I found like with this one, it's like you leave the lid off until it gets to that right coffee temperature. And then once you're there, then you put the lid on that slows the process down.
See,
and
guys,
kind of maintains more.
smart home stuff, you're getting life hacks too.
Yes. So, no, it's been great. I'm like, because I always have a coffee cup for too long and it ends up cold. Or, like Michael says, takes 2 hours to start drinking it.
See, there you go, Mike. Leave the lid off till it's what you want, and then put it on. Then you can drink it quicker.
Now, Carl in your chat says, Craig, is Apple Watch Series 4 still worth buying in 2020? It's for 270 used. What do you guys think? I think
I don't know about the price, but I mean,
Yeah,
the Apple Watch Series 4 is still awesome. That's
How
what I
much?
have.
Hold on, how much is an SE?
See, Apple Watch Series 4, yes, you're basically very similar to an SE, and it was the big step over from the 3 and earlier. The 270 feels high. I feel like when you're going to see, I feel like you're going to see Series 5 coming in at that. But I don't know. What do you, I don't know what a good price is on that.
Yeah.
You know,
I'll have to look it up.
yeah, I'm curious even on Amazon because they got some good prices.
An SE starts at 279, so I'd probably be going more towards 200
Yeah.
because this does have. It might be the same. No one ever determined if it was actually the same, if it was the 4 and 5 or not. But in terms of the processor, what happened? How did Craig get knocked out?
Oh.
Hit the wrong button.
Oh, you did. I thought I did.
I did.
Okay.
I was just curious on Amazon looking to see if they had any Series 4. Like Series 4, here's a 4. Excuse me. Like here's I would almost buy a renewed one that has a warranty. Like here's a renewed cellular Series 4 for $344. You know, I like, yeah, I feel like 270 seems too high to me. And what is it? Is it 349 that the series that the SE is at?
No, it's
I
270.
thought it was lower. Yeah.
Well, is it 279?
Yeah, wait, just hold on. Go back.
Oh, yeah. Then forget that. That's definitely get the Apple Watch SE. I thought it was.
Yeah, it starts at 279.
Oh yeah. Don't Carl. Apple Pro. I would not buy a Series 4 at that. You're 2 years old, and you can get an Apple Watch and SE for starting at 279. But yeah, with cellular, it's 329 or 349.
Yeah,
That's 270 used. Yeah.
Yeah, that's you. That's what I'm saying. Is like, and you know what? I highly recommend go over to Amazon and go there because you might be surprised how much because they work together, that Apple and Amazon work together, how much you may save buying your Apple products through Amazon. Yeah, GPS on Amazon. Yeah, $2.99 for 44 millimeter and space gray Wi-Fi. So yeah, drop a link for that.
Getting to it.
Yeah, Larry, good,
Yeah.
good man, Larry. Larry wants to help. So yeah, $2.99. The thing is, and this is something I like to tell people too on my channel, is that the fact that you can add Apple Care to it, you can add Apple Care right there through Amazon. That's telling you how Apple and Amazon are working together. You don't get third-party sellers that get to offer official Apple Care. So that's, you'll see discounts at times, like AirPods. Like if you look up AirPods, I think they're $2.19 for AirPod Pros.
Yeah.
And they're normally, you go to Apple, it's $2.49.
Yep.
So
$199. It's on sale right now.
yeah, that's it. That right there, you're saving $50, and they're the same thing you would get from Apple. So that right there, that's a link. Act now. This is just going to be a sales show. Carl says, I have the Apple Watch Series 2 42 millimeter. It has a small screen. I prefer a large screen, such as Series 5. Yeah, Carl, it'll be a nice upgrade from the 2. I went from the 2 to the 4.
Same here.
So
It was
nice.
it was amazing.
Yeah, that'll
2
be great.
The 4.
Yeah, you'll like that. And you don't go to the 4. Knock it off. You're not going to the 4, Carl. You're going straight to the SE, buddy. So,
SE. That's
yeah, I think that's the Apple Watch for most people is the SE. I don't know if the always on display and some of the other stuff is really worth it.
Yeah, I'm not thinking about upgrading. I'm happy with the 4. So
Kind of no reason. I mean, the 4 to the 5 was so minor.
Yeah,
5 to the 6 is so
I mean,
minor.
the oxygen thing is pretty cool, but
Yeah.
yeah, but it's a gimmick right now though because it's so inaccurate. When they get it, I mean, probably next year's one will be worth maybe upgrading from the 5 to the 7. But if it doesn't have that much, waiting it out for like when that blood oxygen sensor is more accurate, that's where it's going to be at. Series 5.
Yeah, always on display.
Always on display.
Yeah.
And how's the battery? It's the battery life's good. It lasts me twice a week. I work a double shift, 14 hours, and I use this so I can read my notifications and stuff at the restaurant. It lasts me all day. I get home, it's still got like 40% left. I put it on charge before I go to bed. So the only thing that they did with the Series 6 really, other than the altimeter and the blood oxygen, is that it charges a little faster if you want to use it for sleep. Otherwise, if you take an hour to get ready for work or whatever in the morning and you want to use it for sleep tracking, just stick with the 4, the SE, the 5, whatever. And then just when you wake up, put it on the charger. When you're done getting ready in an hour, it's going to be charged up plenty for the rest of your day.
Yeah.
that's pretty
That's
much what I do too.
Some people don't like it because of you have to charge it every day. I'm like, my phone is an everyday device too. I'm like, yeah, if I want to carry a flip phone, I could get 7 days. I'm like, cool. You want a Fitbit? You get the functionality of a Fitbit. You want all the functionality of an Apple Watch. It's going to cost you a charge every night. So,
Yeah.
True.
That's true. That kind of reminded me. Wise has some new stuff coming out. The one taking a step away is they got some Dolby headphones coming out, taken away from their normal smart home technology thing.
Yep.
Is the 44 millimeter screen is perfect.
yeah, here's a 44. I mean, it's just the standard size. We're all 44s.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, it's so minimal. That is 44 millimeter screen size. They managed to fit a bigger screen with nearly the same size body on it. So it didn't, I think it got a little bit thicker, but it was really, they popped open within the same dimensions.
And if you have any old watch bands that were the 42, it's still the same as if you go to the 44.
Yep. Same body shape. Yeah.
By the way, Eric, I went to the Apple store and got fitted for the band.
Yeah, how'd it go?
So the guy put the thing around my wrist, told me, and I was an 11.
Really?
It wasn't the printout. They have like a nice little, like strap, like you're going to the tailor. Told me I was an 11. Took it out. It was jiggling loose on my wrist.
Okay.
So I told him go down.
So
to Yeah, I have huge wrists like you, dude.
Yeah.
So if it said 15 on that printout,
yeah,
you're
should be
probably
good.
gonna get an 11 or a 12.
I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna get one.
What
See
color
how
are
it
you
does.
getting?
I'm not sure yet. I gotta take a look at see what's available.
Also, are you getting a sport? A sport, or are you getting the braided?
I kind of like the sport, so we'll see. I might get one of each.
I got the braided. I liked it too much.
Yeah.
What color is it?
Comfortable.
I got the charcoal.
Oh, see, I'm feeling the call of the red one.
I wanted. I might go back for a blue one, but honestly, with it being $100, I might just wait for some knockoffs.
They're $100. Is that
For
what
the
they
braided one? Yeah, it's $100.
want? Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're crazy.
Yeah.
That's Apple for you.
Yeah. See, I'm still feeling the pull of it of the just the red product red Apple Watch. I'm like, for the channel, do it for the channel.
Carl, I'm not suggesting you any kind of way, but that link right above where you were talking about the Series 2 is exactly for that.
Yep, that's the link. Yeah, I keep fighting the urge to buy the red one. I like the red. And then I like the idea of a charcoal braided possibly on it.
Then you're stuck with the red. So I mean, the red is hot now, but like
I know that's what's kept me.
Yeah. Just
Well,
go for the
I
red
like the blue.
red band. So
Yeah. Well, that
you can change it out.
But if you just buy it every year, you don't care if you're stuck with it. Just never own them long enough to care.
Do it now.
No.
Yeah.
Go.
But,
So what about the wise stuff?
Yes, we're talking about why. So, okay, first thing was they got the Dolby headphones. So, like, what was it, $50?
Yeah.
I bought them, and I don't remember how much I paid. So, yeah, $50, which undercuts everything. I hope they're good.
Well, how much was shipping? Because it's never
they suck about that.
with Wise.
Yeah.
They always tack out that shipping and handling and everything else.
Mine's always like $5.
Yeah, but it's always like $5. They always tag on to something. Like if you buy the scale that's heavier, it's like $8.99. They start to get up where like I tell people go to Amazon, look on Amazon, it'll be more expensive than Wise, but Wise sneaks up on you when you go to checkout. Everything $19.99 becomes $24.99.
Yeah,
right.
So
yeah, you go to Home Depot, it's $24.99.
Yeah.
So
hey, Steve, thanks for making the show, man. Hope your mom's birthday dinner was good, man.
Yeah, happy birthday to Steve's mom. So yeah, that's the thing that with Wise, they sneak up on you. So yeah, they got some interesting products coming out. I don't know how I feel about them.
So doorbell, the price on the doorbell was surprising to me.
Yeah.
So because that was what, 29?
It made sense when they explained it.
Yeah, $30.
It made complete sense when they explained it. They said, because we want to make it hard for you to justify buying a regular doorbell. And I was like, yeah, no, that's yeah, you got it there. Like, if it costs $5 more than a regular doorbell, you're set.
Yeah.
But I mean, the other thing there is you got to make sure you got to live in a house that has wiring and stuff. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
And then the other thing they also got, which was this week or last week was the thermostat.
Yeah.
Which once again undercuts everything else. Again, even a lot of regular thermostats with like scheduling features.
That was what, $50?
Yep.
Yeah. The thing is, what they're able to achieve with the camera, you can get away with a small, very affordable box. That a little with the Wise cams, you're like, that's $30. I don't pay for cloud service. Some of the stuff's getting to the point where you're like, I don't know if I would want that on my house as a doorbell. They're kind of, some of the stuff's looking a little cheap on there. You know, where it's like, if I'm going to be staring at a thermostat forever, maybe I'll go Nest, or maybe Doorbell. I'll take those extra few features, you know. So I'll get them all and check them out. But
yeah, I'm gonna get the doorbell, but unfortunately, with one, the thermostat in here doesn't even work.
Mhm.
But it's got like the relay down to the basement. So I don't actually have any wires coming in, so I'm not gonna be able to test that out.
yeah,
Yeah,
but like the Wise lock, you bought that, right, Eric?
I did.
Did
Yeah.
that ever get better?
Yeah,
It did. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it unlocks every time I come home now, but it's still. I think you still have to go outside of a like a geo zone, the
Yes.
geo
Yeah.
fence. But it works every time. Yeah.
Hey, Steve, thanks. Appreciate the super chat. Appreciate you coming by, man.
Yeah, had some gnocchi with pesto. Oh, that sounds good.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Oh, there
Very nice. Nice super chat. And Larry's ordering the thermostat. So I ordered it
There
too.
you go. Yeah, and I really wish I would try that one out, but
Yeah.
yeah, I got the Wise Lock too, and yeah, like Eric said, like at first it was like having problems. Now it's like pretty much every time I come home, as long as it takes me a second to come in, like I get the mail first or something,
Yeah.
it generally unlocks.
Yeah.
Nice.
I have mine on my back door, so I have to go through the house anyways and let the dog out, and it's always open. So
Yeah.
the battery, I go through batteries pretty quick though.
Huh.
I feel like it's just
This is the
maybe
I changed
2
it out
3
one
months. Yeah, I've
time.
changed out a
just
bunch.
changed it out.
So
Maybe a quality control issue.
could be.
Yeah.
But it's not too bad. I enjoy using it. It's nice to have.
Nice.
Yeah, for the price, it's pretty good. So
Yeah.
I don't like the additional hub.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that because it's hidden somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah. Hub.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
But
So
you know
do
what? If it didn't have the hub though, then those batteries would be going even faster though.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's
Yeah. So what are you guys excited for that's coming up?
For
Eric,
next
how about
week,
you go first.
Just in general. Any?
for next week, it's the HomePod.
Yeah.
So I've given up for this year for AirTags.
Yeah.
So I take John's word for it, and I see there. I kind of feel there is a whole process, laying the eggs in a row, the ducks in a row, for the AirTags and for everything else. So, and one of those ducks is the HomePod.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's what I'm excited for.
And I know you're a recent switch over, got your HomePod not too long ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So, but if it's too expensive and if it doesn't have something special like the U1 chip in there, I'm not getting it. I'll just go. I'll wait for the OG to go on sale.
Yeah. You got to do it though.
So,
You got to get it. I'm thinking I need to start a store to just flip stuff at a reasonable price tied to the website, because it's like you got to try some of it. And if you don't use it, like the Nest thermostat. I mean, the Wise thermostat. Maybe it's a great one. Then I'm going to need to sell a Nest one. If not, then I'm going to need to sell a Wise one. This stuff just keeps piling up.
oh yeah.
Yeah. When you got three generations of Echoes in your closet,
Oh gosh. Yeah. So yeah, HomePod. That'd be nice.
Yep. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Man, I don't know. I think I kind of already got what I was most excited for, and that was the Chromecast with the remote.
Nice.
Just because anything over the old one was just a great improvement, and they killed it with the UI.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that it's kind of a weird one. I don't know what I'm really excited about. I kind of want to check out that iPad Air that's coming out. See how that is.
Yeah, I was so surprised when I saw the keynote. I was like, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, and I'm like, I was so hoping my wife wanted a blue one because then I could justify getting one, using it for video. If she doesn't want it necessarily, then I could have it back. She wants gold. She's like, I want the gold one. I'm like,
Buy it for the wife that becomes yours.
nah, buy it for her. I'll do a video on it, and I'll have to apologize for the whole thing. I'm sorry. It's gold. I'm sorry. But yeah, the HomePod I think would be great. I think that's the one area I'd love to see crack open is Apple on the home front.
I mean, there's really no reason that they're holding back the HomePod software other than they have a new one coming out.
Yeah.
Like, because it's ready. Like, they didn't introduce anything that really was going to like cause too many problems.
No.
Oh, the only reason they got to be holding it back is they got hardware coming out.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, that's a good point. Hopefully that's the case. Because I think it has the most potential.
Yeah.
You know, even talking to my brother who's Google, all about the Google, you know, doing the equivalent to shortcuts using Tasker, you know, one of those apps on Android. He's like, it's just not the same. You know, it's not the same. And he's diehard Android. He's like, yeah, he has an iPad and was like, I was playing with shortcuts. You can't do it that easily. So,
yeah, I got the HomePod after Eric because he talked me into it.
nice.
It was
$199. I mean, like,
it was great. I got you the affiliate.
I think it was at the last keynote because I think Craig and I were talking during the keynote. I said, they all announced it, the moment that the keynote was over, I went on bestbuy.com and ordered it.
And I think you sent me a picture. So picked it up. Yeah.
I was like, I can't wait any longer. I was like, I'm done.
Yeah, that's it's time. They just need to get serious. They got serious about services, you know, and going, you know what, we'll cut the price of the phone. We need services is where we need to focus. Like smart home is another service, you know, so.
Right.
Yeah. I need those new features available first. Like, I need to be able to use other music services. I'd probably use it more, but the thing I do the most is definitely, like you did show before, just tap it, start playing something.
People don't know that. People don't know it's like the only device that you can take incoming calls and, you know, move calls over.
You just
use it as a
speaker on your phone. It switches. You don't have to wait for any of this, like, make sure it pairs nonsense. It's just automatic.
But you can't do it on an Echo. Like, there's no way. There's like no. You get an Echo Connect, which has sketchy reviews, to be able to use a hard line, you know, your phone service. But there's just been
who has those anymore.
Yeah, so that's where it's like, something like that. You like move the phone call over there, answer the call there.
Yeah,
you know. So but good features.
Carl wants to know if any of us watch Tales of Tech. I watch Drew every once in a while. He has, you know, being the Apple sheep, he has some like nice takes on stuff. Do you guys ever watch Drew from Tales of Tech?
Every now and then I do.
Yeah, I do. It's been a little while since I watched some of his stuff. I think I've gotten kind of burnt out on rumors for everything. You know, a lot of
there's a lot.
Yeah, just a lot of rumors
anymore.
Yeah, and it's like I think it just opens it up to be underwhelming too. It's like everybody wants, and then you know what you're not going to get, or you get surprised, you know. But yeah, it's kind of like a little too much. It's kind of the go-to thing to do right now. It feels like for a lot of people. So yeah, but no, I like his channel. But yeah.
All right, now I got another question for you. Maybe you have a little insight on. Have you used Apple Podcasts on the Echo?
I have. I did it for a video. I don't use it regularly because I'm usually earbuds. But yeah, what's up? What are you thinking?
No, I was gonna say because supposedly in the skill list, it's supposed to be able to sync with your Apple Podcast account.
Yeah,
and, like, continue where you left off and stuff. And I got it to work once when I did it.
Yeah.
And then, like, I normally just listen to my headphones at work. So then when I went to go do the video, I tried it, couldn't get it to work.
Yeah. I
Like
think
it doesn't even have my subscriptions. Like it doesn't play my subscriptions anymore.
that's the thing is I think we're too much of the jack of all trades, master of none when it comes to the Echoes. Like it's just more and more features, but I always feel like it's just a better experience. Like I'd rather open the podcast and just use the Echo as a Bluetooth speaker and be able to make sure it's the right episode or potentially browse. There's certain things that I just feel like, it's like, okay, it's the latest episode, but is it the most recent or is it, it's
Yeah.
a lot of that stuff isn't quite flushed out.
And then the other thing is you can't, except for tune in.
Yeah.
In the Alexa app, you can't actually search for podcasts. So it's all now I have a friend, Adam Dowd, whose podcast is Benefit of the Doubt podcast.
Yeah.
Every time you ask for his, you get benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
I think I dropped it today or yesterday to him, but I made him I shared a routine.
Yeah.
So every time I think you say play benefit of the doubt, it plays his podcast instead.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah. That's the thing is like, I just feel like some of those syncing features just aren't there yet across them all. And that's where some of it just works better too. That's where the HomePod comes in. And that's where, like the big thing though, the Google stuff. I'm like, if you are really using a lot of Google services, it's going to be your best choice. Don't go Echo. Get that deep tie into your world. And that's where like Apple, you have that. If I ask for a podcast, it's going to definitely sync. So.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Eric, any input?
No, I just use I don't use the Echo that way. So yeah, I play podcasts right on the phone and play them in my car, and that's about it. So
yeah,
that's what works for me.
Yeah, well, but it's still phone based. You stick with the phone because to me that stuff still just seems easier.
Yeah,
it's not quite there. Okay, I don't need to drop any F-bombs at my Echo in frustration because I couldn't get a podcast. Just start it on my phone.
Yeah.
I think if the HomePod's at the right price, I'm going to get rid of my Echoes.
Are you? Oh.
Yep.
Going full bore.
Yep. So that way I'll have AirPlay 2 everywhere, and I'm going all in.
Yeah, nice.
So
that's another one. TCL, well, Roku specifically. A lot of their devices are getting AirPlay 2 now.
Yeah.
That's gonna kill it.
So the question is can you take one of their sticks, the Roku sticks, and plug it into like a sound bar with HDMI and make that into an AirPlay 2 speaker?
Probably, but you know what? We're gonna find out when they come out. I think that's a good collaboration video.
That's funny.
So
Samuel L. Jackson will drop the F-bombs for you.
Oh, yeah.
True. They made that useful now, too.
Yeah, that's true. They changed that up. So now you don't have to go through the, hey, ask Samuel.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's funny. Steve, got my folks Nest Hub Max. What do you guys recommend for very easy to use, low maintenance outdoor? Oh, Steve, did I not respond all the way to you? I was actually experimenting. Wisecam works with Nest Hub Max. I was looking at my Eufy cams, just calling them up on there, which I like the Anchor Eufy stuff.
How are you liking that in HomeKit, by the way?
You know what? I feel like, well, one, it's destroying, like batteries are horrible. I feel like HomeKit is really not that efficient when it comes to, like, I feel like it really, like, these zones don't work well at all. Like tracing out your own zone, I don't feel like it's very accurate at all. Until I turned off motion for a lot of stuff, it really would go off constantly with under HomeKit. Yeah.
When you're recording in HomeKit secure video, is it recording full clips?
It's recording clips depending on the length. I've seen some short ones. I've seen some long ones. I mean, it's one of those I'm trying to utilize, but I don't think it's as good as the Eufy app itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I do like those cameras. I like what they're about. The price point, storage. Yeah, but yeah, Steve, I don't know if I even sent the tweet or the message. I may not have finished it, but I made sure I downloaded the Eufy skill and tried it with my Nest, and it popped up the camera fine.
The only thing I heard with I know you said Wise cams at first. The only thing I've heard about that and experienced myself is that like it does not hold the connection.
Oh,
like
yeah.
if one or the other kind of just loses out, like you have to set it all up again.
The biggest one I would recommend for Steve, it's like if it were my parents, I would get them, and if I went Nest Hub, I'd get them the Nest Hello doorbell, whatever, so it can recognize people coming to the door. It all syncs, it all ties together. Possibly get some Nest cams or Nest Aware, set up all that. You throw the thermostat in, you just create an ecosystem for them. I think that's the best bet. Then they might experiment and try the Nest app and see the functionality, but they know it's one place to work within.
Yeah, instead of having a bunch of different things. And then the other thing you get is that package detection too. That's a nice one.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, some of those things in there that I think I wouldn't get a Ring doorbell with the Nest Hub Max.
No.
It's like
gotta keep it simple, especially if it's for your parents. Just keep it simple, keep it same brand, all their products that work together, like Craig was saying. Just get the Nest stuff, and even though you get that Nest tax, it's worth it to keep it simple.
Yeah.
My thought is always, how much do you want to have to go over to fix things?
Yeah. You're like, hey.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? And here's the key. All the cameras you buy, put them on a smart plug so you could just power cycle them from your house if they have any issues.
There you go.
Put the Nest on there. They're like, the Nest Hub stopped working. You're like, no problem. Let me just power cycle you, with the smart plugs.
Yep.
That's good advice.
Yeah, put your family.
As little as possible. Little as possible.
And they already have the Nest thermostat, so yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. And you're gonna pay a little more for some of the cameras, but with their subscription, or no, that's Ring. Ring is good if you buy in bulk. You pay $10 a month for their alarm system plus cameras. Yeah.
And the other thing with Ring though is like you're stuck in it paying too.
Oh yeah.
Next you got a little wiggle room before you have to start paying.
Yeah.
Features. Ring, it's right off the bat.
Yeah. Do nothing. Yeah. I like my Ring doorbell. It's been nice. But yeah, I'm curious. I'm really curious about Apple Secure Video. I like the idea of popping up on the TV as soon as someone comes in, or comes to the doorbell.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Have you been using it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I like it a lot. So, and then I just got my first HomeKit Secure video doorbell.
Okay. Yep.
And because all the other doorbells just have regular HomeKit, so
yeah, gotcha. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
What brand is making that?
That is Robin.
Okay, gotcha.
It's expensive. It's like $600 for the cheapest one.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's hardcore.
Yeah,
but it's the only one that's is out on the market right now. So
wow, yeah, that's the thing. I'd love to see that crack open. Have more HomeKit stuff out there.
Yeah, it's common.
Yeah. So cool.
I mean, plus it's only a matter of time anyway for the coalition comes together and they get their unified system.
Oh, what the chip project?
Yeah, chip project. There you go.
You mean whatever Amazon and Google were already using, Apple's willing to do now too? Like all their stuff seemed to work. You're the odd man out, making it hard. Yeah.
I'm happy for that to come together. Fingers crossed. So
yeah.
Because no,
get rid of some hubs.
yeah. What I'm thinking, like
Eventually.
the best part about that is because then you're not shopping for what works with what. You're working with what system's going to give me the experience that I want instead.
Yeah.
The product doesn't matter. It's the ecosystem you put yourself in, and that's where I think it's going to be the best.
That I agree. So I do need to have dinner with my family. So
Yes.
I have to run.
Yeah, I actually think we've almost been going for 2 hours, guys. Appreciate you guys sitting along with me here. There's still 9 of you guys watching. I think we hit like 12 at some point. Appreciate all you guys being here. Craig and Eric, thank you for coming by, talking to me for so long. I know I originally only said an hour, but we had a good conversation going. Thanks for sticking by.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, for anybody else, Tuesday night, same time, 6 o'clock, we're going to start talking about the Apple event and everything that comes out of there. So feel free to join me and whatever guests I have on for that. And till then, thank you guys for watching the video. Thank you for stopping by and spending time with us. Take care.
Thanks.
Bye, guys.
Have a good one. Bye.